Pangasinan, tahanan ng magagandang pasyalan, mapanatural man o likhang tao. Tahanan ng mayamang komersyo, mga produkto at mausbong na mga sektor ng lipunan. Pero sa likod ng maganda at maunlad na Pangasinan ay mga kwento ng kasaysayan at mga aral ng nakaraan. Mga paghihirap, pagbangon, pakikipaglaban, pagsisikap at pagmamahal para makamtan ang Pangasinan ng kasalukuyan. Mga kagamitan, tahanan, istruktura at kung ano-ano pa na may mahalagang gampanin sa pagkakakilanlan ngayon ng probinsya. Mga lugar kung saan nakakupkob ang bawat kwento ng mga Pangasinense, ilang daan taon na ang nakararaan. Tara tuklasin natin ang lahat ng ito dito sa Ganda Mo, Pangasinan.
Simulan na ang pasyalan. Pumasyal sa Pangasinan, balikan ang lahat ng papasaya. Kalula, klasin ang taglay na ganda. Siguradong mag-enjoy ka. Kalula, pumasyal sa Pangasinan, balikan ang lahat ng papasaya. Kalula, klasin ang taglay na ganda. Siguradong mag-enjoy ka. Kalilan, Pangasinan.
With the refined sand and the healing sound of the crushing waves, surely this place is a hit for tourists to flock every day. But this place isn't just a place to visit. It is a place where the sea meets history. One of the significant events that took place here in Lingayen Gulf is when General Douglas MacArthur, together with the Allied forces, landed at the near end of the World War II. Also, ito pong Lingayen Gulf na to yung naging entry point ng mga Japanese nung World War II. So from Lingayen Gulf, lumabas sila sa La Union and going back here dito po sa western part ng Pangasinan. So ang mga pinakaunang bayan na sinakop nung panahon ng mga Hapon ay ang Posorobio, Binalonan, Sison dahil yun ang mga unang bayan papasok sa Pangasinan kapag manggagaling tayo sa La Union.
Nandito tayo sa Lingayen Gulf na napakahalaga para sa atin dito sa probinsyang Pangasinan. So ang Lingayen Gulf, it spans 56 kilometers of coastline. Merong part of La Union, bahagi yan ng Lingayen Gulf hanggang sa may Labrador, Laminos area. And behind it is the West Philippine Sea. So makikita natin na very strategic ang location ng Lingayen Gulf, especially during the times when we were being ruled by other nations during World War II, for example, diba? So, with this sea, yung Lingayen Gulf, on a strategic location, it's very easy to be accessed by invaders or by the Allied forces who will also relieve us from all these invaders. So ganun ka-importante yung location ng ating Lingayen Gulf across these coastal areas in Pangasinan and La Union. Kaya nung World War II, when the Allied forces came to relieve us from our Japanese invaders, ito yung entry nila for Pangasinenses and the rest of Luzon to be liberated from all of these Japanese imperial forces. Since very strategic ang Lingayen Gulf for the entry of naval ships and the Allied forces, it was that time during World War II na they have to ensure that the Japanese invaders are not around anymore in Pangasinan. So, naging battleground din ito because of the big shoreline na offered by the Lingayen Beach. yung mga artilleries of the war dito nakaimbak, and dito nakaposition din yung mga ships natin, and they ensured that the Japanese forces are not around anymore around December to January of 1944 to 1945. Merong isang historical account na nag-identify ng isang napakatapang na bata na nung dumarating yung mga Allied forces to free us all from this invasion, at nagpakita siya, nagwawagayway ng flag na sinasabing it's actually safe here na along Lingayen Gulf kasi umalis na yung mga Japanese troops invading our shoreline and invading Pangasinan. So napakatapang ng batang ito na pinapakitang humarap siya sa mga Allied forces natin at sinasabing maayos na at safe na dito sa ating lugar. So for us in Pangasinan, we have a very historic contribution, not only to Pangasinenses but also to the rest of the nation or of Luzon during World War II. And of course, with this Lingayen Gulf, very rich ang fishing grounds ng Pangasinenses. That is why yung tinatawag nating mga coastal communities po natin, mga fisher folks natin, this has been their source of main livelihood sa itong fishing industry natin from the Lingayen Gulf. Beyond these economic activities by our fisher folks with our rich natural resources, sinasabi kasi natin our rich natural resources will sustain our tourism industry. And at the same time, yung coastline natin, which is very expansive, is now the location of many sports and beach activities. Recreational centers din siya ngayon. Our coastal towns, mostly Western Pangasinan towns also, which is now the top most visited tourist destinations, are relying on the beach activities offered by our shoreline and the beach area. Every January 9, we present an event with our war veterans, and we also get tourists who have been part of the story of their families, yung mga war veterans din natin, visiting Lingayen Town for these commemoration activities. Secondly, since we have these beautiful beaches along the Lingayen Gulf, festivals also abound. Kaya dito sa Lingayen, for example, come summertime, yung Pistay Dayat na tinatawag natin. Pistay Dayat means sea festival. So we're celebrating the bounties of the sea. Yun yung pinaka-foundation ng Pistay Dayat. And nag-evolve to, through the years, offering different activities which can be enjoyed by tourists. Ang napakahalagang issue ngayon actually na hinaharap ng Lingayen Gulf is its sustainability as an environmental resource for the people of Pangasinan. Environmental in the sense that we get our livelihood for our fisher folks and the community and the rest of the people of Pangasinan for food sustainability. So at the same time, this is now a destination where tourists can come and learn more about us and to experience the goodness of life with this beautiful natural resource. It is important for us now to protect the Lingayen Gulf and the rest of the beaches of Pangasinan, the coastline of Pangasinan. So we can enjoy more of this now with the resources still available for us in this area, and at the same time for the future generations, yung mga kabataan na kung ano man yung ma-experience nating kabutihan at kagandahan ngayon, hanggang sa pagdating ng panahon, paglaki nila, pagtanda nila, nandito pa rin yung tinatawag nating yamang dagat ng Pangasinan.
Every crushing sound of waves, gentle breeze of air, and hue of colors is a whisper of history and a testament on how broken fixtures has been fixed to a more resilient columns.
Inaanyayahan po namin ang lahat na bumisita dito sa capital town of Pangasinan, sa Lingayen, lalong-lalo na po sa Provincial Government Complex. Marami po tayong hinahandang pagbabago, mga infrastruktura na pwede po ninyong ma-enjoy when you come and visit Pangasinan and Lingayen. This is the best place for you to learn more about the people of Pangasinan because we have very rich history and at the same time our natural and cultural heritage, which is something that can be enjoyed and can be appreciated and be proud of by every Pangasinense, and which every Filipino should also learn more about because this is part of our history as a nation.
Truly, Pangasinan isn't just a place. It is a home beaming with a dream to progress as it remains steadfast through the passage of time.
Witnessing important historical events, columns after columns, limestones to limestones. Indeed, the emblems remain alive in promoting life, liberty, and the pursuit to happiness.
Sa pagdating ng mga mananakop sa bansa ay ang pag-alab din ng pagmamahal sa bansa ng mga Pilipino. Nabuo ang iba't ibang mga grupo para ipagtanggol ang kalayaan ng Pilipinas. Ilan sa mga Pilipinong ito tumapak rin at minsang nanirahan o nagkuta sa probinsya. Bisitahin natin ang ilan sa mga ito dito pa rin sa Ganda Mo, Pangasinan.
Kultura Splashway. Come have fun and enjoy the sun. Family and friends as one.
Welcome to Kultura Splash Wave, a world-class resort nestled at the foot of the mountains. Have fun with the different waves at our amazing wave pool. Be thrilled at the heart-pounding giant slides. Swim to your heart's content at the uniquely designed dolphin pool. Be a child again with your family and friends at the Water Factory. Enjoy the comforts of your home at the spacious, elegantly furnished, air-conditioned rooms. Celebrate the best times of your lives at Juliet's Legacy Hotel and Pavilion. Face your fears at our Skywalker. Relax and find your calm at our Fish Spa. Located at Cares, Pugo, La Union. Live the adventurous life with Kultura Splashway.
Join us now, come on, Kultura Splashway. Kultura Splashway. Come have fun and enjoy the sun. Family and friends as one. In the waters, join us now, come on, Kultura Splashway. See you there. Kultura Splashway.
Balilan Pangasinan.
Alam niyo ba na sa bayan ng Rosales ay minsang nanirahan ang bayanang kilala rin bilang dakilang lumpo na si Apolinario Mabini?
Dito sa Mabini Street, Barangay Zone 5, makikita ang isang lumang bahay kung saan tumuloy si Apolinario Mabini noong siya ay narito sa bayan.
Itong bahay na to, o kilala siya bilang Perez Coloma House. Naitayo siya noong 1800s. And noong late 1800s din lang, nailipat ito through bayanihan. So, dito sa Rosales. So, formerly, maaring sa ibang location ito bago dito sa kanyang kinatatayuan ngayon. Itong Perez Coloma House na ito ay kilala rin bilang isa sa mga pinagtuluyan ni Apolinario Mabini sometime between August to November of 1899. Sa mga panahong ding iyon, nagkaroon siya ng pagsusulat patungkol sa pagkakaroon ng bagong religion system which is the Iglesia Filipina Independiente. Sa mga nais makita itong ating Mabini House na tinaguri ang Mabini House, maaari po sila maki-coordinate sa Tourism Office para po sa maaring pagpasyal or schedule ng pamamasyal dito.
Samantala, isa si General Antonio Luna sa mga kilalang bayaning Pilipino na nakipaglaban para sa kalayaan ng bansa mula sa mga mananakop. Isa siya sa mga unang miyembro at pinuno ng grupong La Independencia. At dito sa Bautista, matatagpuan ang Casa Hacienda na konektado kay Luna.
Bukod sa pagkasulat ng liriko ng pambansang awit dito sa bayan, dito sa Bautista matatagpuan ang makasaysayang Casa Hacienda. Nakatayo ang Casa Hacienda sa 1.5 hectare compound dito sa Barangay Poblacion West. Ayon sa kasaysayan, dito nagtago si General Antonio Luna noong 1898 kasama ang mga sinaunang miyembro ng La Independencia. Nobyembre taong 1899, itong Casa Hacienda ginawang himpilan ni General MacArthur ng Estados Unidos.
Kung mapapansin niyo po yung structure na naiwan po diyan, yung mga parting bakante po diyan, yan po yung luwang ng original na bahay po. At yung naiiwan po diyan, yan po yung gitna lang ng bahay. Ito po ay pagmamay-ari ng mga Gomez Pabis family po. At ang compound na ito po ay tawagin nilang Casa Hacienda. Casa Hacienda ang tawag nila rito noong panahon ng Spanish time. Ang nangyayari kasi dito, sir, mayroong mga community service na mga tulad mga Boy Scout, mga yung project ng mga munisipyo, mga tupad, yun po ang nagme-maintain dito.
Ang kahalagahan ng Casa Hacienda sa history ng ating Bayang Bautista ay ito ay isang alaala na naiwan ng revolusyon noong 1800s. Napakalaki ng role nito sa kasaysayan sapagkat dito lumikas ang grupo ni Jose Palma dahil siya ay bahagi ng tinatawag na La Independencia staff. Nabanggit sa ating kasaysayan na isinulat ni Jose Palma ang Tulang Pilipinas sa loob ng isang nakahimpil na tren. Sa ngayon, ito ay hindi pa bukas sa publiko. Subalit, kung meron mang nagnanais na puntahan or magkaroon ng pananaliksik ukol dito sa napakahalagang lugar dito sa amin na tinatawag na Casa Hacienda, kami po yung nagsisilbing tulay sa mga taong nais na pasyalan ang nasabing lugar.
Bukod sa Casa Hacienda at General Luna, alam niyo bang kadikit na rin ng bayan ng Bautista ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas o ang Lupang Hinirang? Dito kasi isinulat ang liriko nito. Samantala, Dito rin ipinanganak si Speaker Eugenio Perez.
Two to 3 minutes mula sa sentro ng bayan, mararating ang Barangay Ubong, kung saan matatagpuan ang historical marker ni Speaker Eugenio Perez. Taong 1996, ipinatatag ng National Historical Institute ang marker ni Eugenio Perez. Siya ang unang speaker ng House of Representatives sa Pilipinas at isa siya sa mga sumuporta sa pagiging ganap na bayan ng basista.
Si Eugenio Perez talagang galing ng mahirap din at naging abogado. Talagang matalino, naging magandang abogado. Then pumasok na konsehal ng San Carlos City, nanalo. Then congressman na hanggang history na. Naging kilala ang bayan ng Basista, Barangay Ubong dahil kay Speaker Eugenio Perez. Maraming natulungan dito po sa aming barangay, sa bayan ng Basista, mga initiative ni Speaker Eugenio Perez.
Hindi nakakalimot ang mga basistan sa nakaraan, sapagkat napapakita nila ang pag-alala at pagpapahalaga kay Eugenio Perez sa pamamagitan ng pagpapanatili ng kalinisan sa paligid.
Minimaintain namin lagi ang kalinisan ng aming Speaker Eugenio Perez. Every Saturday morning, nililinis namin lagi yan. Lahat po ng barangay employee, barangay official, tulong-tulong po kami na naglilinis dito para mapanatili ang kaayusan. Para sa pag may namasyal ay maayos tingnan ang marker ng Eugenio Speaker Perez. Ang mga turista po na nagpupunta rito sa aming barangay ay aming sinasamahan para tignan ang aming Speaker Eugenio Perez Park. Nang sa ganun ay makita nila kung ano yung kasaysayan ng marker ng Barangay Ubong.
Dito sa parke, makikita ang bahay kung saan ipinanganak si Eugenio Perez. Ang pundasyon nito ay napanatili at tuwing komemorasyon ay pinapaayos upang mapreserba ang mahalagang kasaysayan ng bayan.
We intend to make more development, as you have visited it, we don't have yet the fence, we don't have yet the gate, and hopefully in a year or two, we'll be able to put up those plans. And then we also have this plan of making it more known to students, especially, that we have this pride of Speaker Perez, and that he was born right here in Basista. We intend to have this program of having the attention of all the schools and another for the barangays. We will be conducting information dissemination as to the content of the Cultural Heritage Mapping Book. Kasi nga po nakapaloob doon yung tungkol kay Eugenio Perez.
Sana ma-invite natin hindi lang po mga taga paligid ng bayan ng Basista, kundi po national, sana po mapasyalan ito para makita nila kung saan ipinanganak ang isang matalino, one of the longest Congress Speaker of the House, ang ating Kongreso.
Tinaguri ang anak ng bayan ng Basista, pangalang nag-iwan ng marka, hindi lamang sa bayan, kundi pati na rin sa buong bansa.
Sa yaman ng kasaysayan at kwento ng nakaraan ng Pangasinan, hindi pa rin naman nila nakalilimutang alalahanin ang mga ito sa pamamagitan ng mga museo. Tara't pasyalan ng pinakamalaking museo sa buong probinsya dito pa rin sa Ganda Mo, Pangasinan.
Bulok, maliliit at hindi ba malusog ang inyong mga halaman? Omega Green ang kasagutan. Ihalo lang ang 2 kutsara nito sa isang maliit na container at kaunting tubig. Pagkatapos ay ihalo sa knapsack sprayer at pwede na itong ispray sa mga pananim. Meron itong nitrogen, phosphorus, magnesium, copper at zinc na tumutulong sa pagpapaganda at pagpapabilis ng tubo, pagpapanatili ng nutrisyon, mas malagong mga dahon at panlaban sa mga sakit ng mga halaman. Hindi rin ito nakasasama sa kapaligiran. Pwede rin ito sa kahit anong klase ng halaman, mapa-highland crops o lowland crops. Omega Green by Encam Agri-Marketing, the ultimate friend of farmers. Looking for a place to stay in Baguio City? Find your calm at Hotel Supreme. A good dip at their pool. Clean and comfortable rooms with a view. Accommodating staff. You can also enjoy a sip of coffee at their coffee shop. Good food for a good mood at their restaurants. Spacious halls for events, and many more. A perfect balance of business and relaxation, all at Hotel Supreme.
Balilan Pangasinan!
A doorway to the past, preserving treasures that shape the identity of Pangasinan.
A symbol of rich history and cultural heritage of the province.
A transformational story that moves people in unison.
And a witness to a continuous progress. Let's walk down memory lane of refined symphony
of elegance and legacy.
Bakit tinawag na Casarel itong building na ito? Because ito ay pinatayo during the Spanish colonial period. That was during the mid-19th century. That was around 1840s. So it was called Casa Real. So Casa Real means the royal house because Casa Real was the very first provincial capital of the province of Pangasinan during that time. Yung mga gumamit nito, syempre yung ating alcalde mayor, ano? Because the alcalde mayor during that time holds two positions, ano? One is that he is the governor, and at the same time he is a judge. Okay, judge of the court of first instance. Okay, so ang Casa Real, maliban sa pagiging kapitolyo, korte rin siya. So, sino yung pinakahuling governor or gobernador? Well, basing it on the historical timeline, kasi yung bagong kapitolyo natin na located doon sa may Lingayen Beach, pinatayo ni Don Daniel Maramba, ni Governor Maramba. Could have been na si Governor Maramba rin yung pinakahuling gumamit dito or nag-opisina dito bilang gobernador ng Pangasinan. Kasi it was 1919 nung nailipat, okay, yung Kapitolyo doon. Kasi yung Kapitol noon, yung bagong Kapitol noon, pinatayo at nakompleto yung kanyang construction in December 1918. That was time of Governor Maramba. And then it was inaugurated on February 1919. So it was in 1919 that Casa Real was vacated as the capital. But then, from 1919 up to 3 years, hindi naman nabakanti ang Casa Real. Naging siya, public elementary school din during that time. Well, after siya naging school, ganun pa rin, patuloy pa rin siya bilang courthouse, okay? Until the time na nailipat yung ating korte doon sa kanyang current location ngayon sa may Capitol Complex. That was way back 1995. Naging kuta rin siya ng mga Hapon during World War II. So, ang daming pinagdaanan na history or ganap dito sa Casa Real. Also, Casa Real became the office of several departments, okay, ng ating municipal government ng Lingayen. Well, maliban sa World War II, maraming pinagdaanan na lindol. Kabilang na dyan yung malaking lindol noong 1990, July 1990. Also, mga baha. Kasi noon na yung likod ng Casa Real, ilog po yan. Andyan yung Agno River natin, yung tributary ng Agno River natin. Nireclaim yan ng Tambakan. Okay, kaya meron mga current buildings or structures dyan sa kasalukuyan. But noon, nagkaroon din ng mga massive flooding, okay? 1970s, early 70s, yung the Great Flood dito. So, pinagdaanan din yan ng Casa Real. Pero maliban doon, hindi naman ito nasunog or whatever na other than those natural calamities na pinagdaanan niya. It was only in 2008, yung bagyong Cosme, nang nailipad yung bubong nito. Kaya, binakate yung Casa Real natin, And the restoration took place in 2015 and natapos siya in 2019. But in June 2021, okay, in-inaugurate yung restored building. Well, the Casa Real is a declared National Historical Landmark by the National Historical Institute then, Now it's called National Historical Commission of the Philippines. So the declaration was made in 2002. We have a very big space here na Casa Real. We have around 1,600 plus square meters na floor area, first floor and second floor. So right now we have 11 galleries, okay, na nagkukwento ng kasaysayan at kultura, okay, ng Pangasinan.
At present time, Casa Real houses Banaan Pangasinan Provincial Museum. At pag gusto ninyong bumisita, mayroon tayong museum rates. 200 pesos para sa mga adults at tourists, 160 para sa mga senior citizen at PWD, and 100 pesos para sa mga children at students. Casa Real is a Spanish term which means royal house. It is the first capital of the province of Pangasinan, built around 1840s. Through time, it has witnessed historical events and served people from different backgrounds. However, the capital of the province of Pangasinan has been relocated to its new place during American colonial period.
At kung gusto mo namang magmuni-muni with nature habang natututo ng history at pagiging artistic ng iyong imagination, suwak sa inyo ang Limahong Channel.
Look over! Another must-see historic spot is at the far end of the scenic Baywalk. The spot that was reshaped for a man's escape is the same spot that would capture the curiosity of people with limitless imagination. Dug over 6 months, the Limahong Channel served as the pirates' escape route and is now a site for recreational activities such as fishing, picnic, and sightseeing for both locals and tourists alike. Limhong, Linfeng, or popularly known as Limahong, was a notorious Chinese pirate and warlord who invaded the northern Philippine Islands in 1574. According to Restituto Basa, the author of Footnotes on Pangasinan History, Limahong married a certain princess named Cabun Tatala who helped him dig this channel. Time becomes well spent when you get to do many things alone or accompanied. Learn part of history, enjoy every scenery. Now that's time well spent with quality.
Tunay ngang Pangasinan has it all. From enjoyment and relaxation with Mother Nature to experiencing adventure and learning things about the past and history that created the present and the future. Di maikakailang sa lahat ng aspeto ay ang ganda mo, Pangasinan.